All right, so that's nice and heated up. I've got tons and tons and tons of charcoal on this side, less charcoal on this side because I'm only doing a pan on this side. I'm using charcoal, not wood, because I'm under my patio and I don't really want to smoke the whole place out. And charcoal is just really good for home cooking, to be honest. It's really easy. You can actually hose it out at the end and reuse it and just relight it, so it's a bonus. Now, I'm going to get some of the fat off this steak. So I've got some 9-score Jack's Creek Wagyu. This is the full blood Wagyu. It is ridiculous. It's so marbled. More marbled than my mate Dre's parents' bloody bathroom. Oh, also, welcome back to Fire to Fork. Unlike you, I'm Harry from Fire to Fork, and this is an episode. I didn't actually do an intro, but, you know, bugger it. So I'm going to cut up this fat a little bit, chuck it in a skillet. This is my, funnily enough, this is actually an old camping skillet that converted into a home skillet when I changed to a smaller one for the bush. So it's actually a really cheap Campfire brand, like 30 centimetre skillet. It's the same one I have in the Delica. I would like to get a Solar Technics or something for home now, though. After using one, I just really like them. Fred's just trying to find a ball under the couch. So the reason I'm cutting this fat off is not because I don't like fat. It's because this is what we're going to fry our potatoes in. I'm just going to let that render down, and that'll probably take about 20 minutes or something, 15 minutes. Not too much heat. In fact, I might actually raise... Oh, I forgot my gloves. Sorry, Osbry, by the way. This is the Osbry patio bry, for people wondering. I'm sorry, Osbry, that I forgot to flip these things around after I put it together like 6 months ago, and I still haven't done it because I'm lazy. So these usually sit level if you have these the correct way, but this idiot didn't read the instructions properly. Nailed it. Yeah, so read the instructions when you put it together. All right, back in a bit. Okay, so that's rendered down a fair bit. Now that you've got kind of these like chunks left, then I'm just gonna chuck in the fire because I can't be bothered walking to the bin and they're gonna smoke and be a pain in the ass, but it doesn't matter because we're not cooking anything there right now. But what we've got left is this nice bed of oil. So this is Wagyu, pure Wagyu tallow, or Wagyu fat. So what we're gonna do is just chuck in some potatoes. Now what we did is we boiled these before, so they're, as you can see, very soft. And just make a bed of these in this pan. You can do them in the oven if you want, but it's better on a fry pan. Because you can monitor it and you can get them really crispy. And yeah, skin on, because the skin crisps up nicely. Forgot to bring a spatula, so hands it is. I'll grab a spatula. Squash that down, kind of make a nice little, kind of like a gigantic hash brown sort of a thing. And the end result of this is going to be a potato salad. There's nothing like a salad because we all know that potato salad is just adding the word salad onto the end of something completely unhealthy. And I'm all about that. That's a great idea. Bit of salt. Touch of pepper. And leave that for about probably 10 minutes before we flip it. Alrighty, so these have been on for about, I reckon probably closer to 15 minutes, and I have dropped this down because they need a decent amount of heat on them to crisp up. The thing is they're cooked internally because they were boiling. Oh yeah, that's nice. Alright, well it's clear to see that this side is a little bit hotter than the other side, so I push that in a bit. Oh, a bit more salt on this side. And a touch of pepper. We'll do it for another 15 minutes. Alright, it's been about 2 tins now. And I reckon this is probably going to be pretty good. It's all clumping together, which is a good sign. Yep, crispy bottom. Might try and turn all this around actually, so that the other half gets the hot bit. It's obviously hotter towards the back because it throws heat off the back. Shit, get up there. Ah, lost a crispy bit. Hold on, I can save this. Saved half of it. Worth it. I'll probably give that about 10 more minutes. I want it to be really crispy. So I think in the interim, let's do the steaks because I want to give them a cook and then a rest. So these are a 9-score sirloin from Jack's Creek, full blood Wagyu, and they are pretty bloody incredible looking. So I pre-salted and peppered these. So, and there's a lot of heat there. I want to just get these on straight over the coals and give them a really good sear. And so when I say 9 grade, I mean this is a 9 out of 12 for the amount of marbling it has. So that's this intermuscular fat through here. Marbling directly relates to tenderness and how full you get as well. You get really, really, really full off this sort of steak. So this is actually going to serve 5 of us, probably with some leftovers. And we'll probably only cook these steaks for about 4 minutes all up, maybe 5. 2.5 minutes each side. And they're room temperature because there's a lot of heat there. Oh, I should probably put the top on the Osprey. All right, these are looking pretty flamey because it's so much fat in it. Look at that. Look at that sear. They've been on there for about a minute and a half. Actually, that's the reason that I heated them up to room temperature before putting them on. It's because I knew that was going to happen. I knew they'd sear really, really fast. So if they're not warm enough internally, then they'll just be raw on the inside because it's going to sear so fast. The reason it sears so fast is because of all that fat that it drips down. Also, it might seem counterintuitive, but this one here at the end that's got the least sear is going to be the most well-cooked one because it's going to take the longest to get a sear. This one here at the end is going to be the rarest. So if you want your steak to be a little bit more well-cooked, you actually cook it slower. So it's in well-cooked in the middle. Oh, Jesus, that just jumped in my beard. All right, I'm gonna call that done. I don't know why I didn't get my welding gloves out of the car. Oh, that's right, because my car's broken, it's not here. I've got one of these boards that I've got a little indent here. That's to catch all the juices. So really good for resting meat. Just gonna cook this one a little bit more because, well, I can tell you now, Sam can't have rare meat because she's pregnant. We're having another kid. There you go. Little insight. Oh, and if you want to treat your pregnant wife, I strongly recommend buying Wagyu because even when it's overcooked, it's really, really, really good because it's so tender. It's very forgiving. All right, well, we let that steak just finish off to be over. It still hurts me to do this, but you got to do what you got to do. I'm just going to quickly chop up some spring onions. So get like 3 of these guys. Or green onions or scallions or whatever the hell you want to call them, wherever you're from. And I think let's slice up these steaks, make sure they're done correctly. Yep, that is, I think the word for it is perfect. And then let's do some potato salad. Don't worry, this is an aluminium table, so it won't burn. Give that a quick flip. Yep, nice and crispy. Now, we'll break this up into pieces, and then we're gonna get some Kewpie. We're not gonna use the stupid red top. We use the starry open top on it. Good swirl of that in there. Bit of mustard. Probably half the mustard as you've got Kewpie. It's Kewpie Mayo, by the way, so it's, you get that in the Asian section of your supermarket. It's really, really good. Kewpie. And that is potato salad. And what we'll do, get a bit of that, and then sprinkle some spring onion in there. Make it look okay for a photo. And then I think it's time for the camera to eat. Gratuitous B-roll. All right, I hope you enjoyed that little bit because that's kind of where the audio ends. So I'm just going to voice this over because, well, I don't want to miss out on this episode. This was a really good one. This was such a tasty, tasty thing to eat. That's Dre, who on your right with the glasses, he described it as having more marble than his parents' bathroom. And for reference, his surname is Limberopoulos. There's a lot of marble around his house. Dolphin, or my mate Nick, you may know him. He's from the Kimberley episodes. He's absolutely loving it as well. He's an absolute Wagyu fiend. So it's all cooked perfectly. All looks really good. But now the pièce de résistance, the potato salad. This is probably the only salad you can make friends with. So it's quite kind of tangy from the mustard. It's a very simple thing. You know, it's 4 ingredients, but it's just all about technique. If you can get a bit of crisp on those potatoes, my God, it makes a big difference. We all agreed that the thing that absolutely made that meal was the potato salad. And I know it looks rich, but it's really fresh because of the vinegar and the mustard. And it really, really helps to cut through the fat of the Wagyu. We all sat down and I don't think there was anything left of anything at the end of this. We absolutely smashed it. And here I am talking about the mustard. So I use a Mayo brand Dijon mustard, and I always get it in these soft squeezy bottles because for camping it's just so much better. Glass things, you know, you'd all would have seen them, but we all know how they go camping on corrugations. So it's exactly the same product, just in a better bottle. And I think that's all we've got time for this evening. I'm sorry about the audio, but don't let the audio dissuade you from cooking this meal. It is so bloody good. This is actually, finally, a salad you can make friends with. Have a good one. Cheers.